Hello, viewers. I am piloting a new format of video right now that I hope to make standard for all my coasters. Okay, here we go. So, we want more ride operators. We offer very competitive wages at all Sentinel parks, and we even have a fun competitive side to it, and you're going to get to witness that here. I'm going to teach you how to work every position here at Mega Mack. There's 10 of them, I think. I counted a few times, I'm not exactly sure. But I will teach you every single one, including controls. So that in hopes that the Power Ops tryout comes out, Power Ops is all the rides very fast intervals, like Mega Mack, that by the time tryouts come, all of you will be ready, at least somewhat, who want to work this ride to do a good job. So, let's get started. So this is our main midway, which leads into the locker plaza. Every ride will have a locker plaza. The locker plaza holds over 7,000 ride lockers. So there is no way they're gonna run out of lockers. Which is a good thing, because Mega Mack is a ride where anything that doesn't fit in your pockets has to go in one of 7,000 lockers. Just don't forget where it is when you put something in there. Going up the main midway, you can see the ride is Robotnik themed and very, very evil. About as evil as a new B&M could be, which is not evil. So, anywho, let's get started. This is the ride area that we're overflying right now. Rotations between positions will take place every 30 minutes.
The safety belt. Raise your arms as the crew secures you.
Rotations will start via the person stationed at exit
with your
host.
hands, arms, feet, and legs.
Down the stairs to the 2 entrance positions. Through the queue to merge. Up the stairs to crowd control. From load 1 to load 2 to unload 2 to unload 1 to controls and back to exit. This gate is proximity triggered. It's really supposed to be controls triggered, but I will explain that later. We're going to go ahead and start over here at exit host. The main responsibility of exit host is alternate access, which allows those of us who may have physical or mental disabilities to enjoy the park as much as those who don't have them.
Please step quickly
It is
through
very
the
important
gates.
that all of our
Take your
guests
seat, pull down the
enjoy the park
harness,
as
and
much as
fasten the
possible.
safety belt.
So this is
Raise
designed
your
to
arms
level
as
the
the
playing
crew
field and help
secures you.
everyone do just that.
During your ride, please remain
Those who
seated
can walk
with your
will come
hands,
up the
arms,
stairs.
feet, and legs inside
Those
the
who
train at
can't
all
will
times.
mostly come up the
With your
elevator.
head against the head,
At exit
press
host,
and hold on until the
watching
ride comes to
and ready for
complete
both.
stop. Beware the
There are two
toxic
kinds of
fury
alternate
of
access
Robotnik's
passes
Mega
that will
Mack
be handed
as you
out.
journey at high speed
They'll
through
be
the
handed
chemical
out
plant
at guest
zone.
services, and they will be signed for each ride at the entrances. Your job here at exit is to verify the legitimacy of each signature and to cross off the times, or in the case of a plan your day pass, to write in the ride corresponding to the next available time and then give them another time. On the plan your day pass, the time interval can go anywhere from 5 minutes up to 120 minutes, or it may be even more, depending on how crowded the park is.
Please unbuckle your seatbelt, lift up on the harness, and exit
In addition,
to your left.
Occasionally
the
you'll be
rest of
asked to
your day
open
at
some of
Chicago
the
Thrill Yards.
switchbacks in the very
Oncoming
large queue
riders,
we have,
please step quickly through
as
the
well
gates.
as check
Take
the
your
trash
seat,
cans to
pull
see if
down the
any of them are
harness,
full
and fasten the
and need to
safety
be filled
belt.
in the park services
Raise
so
your
they can be
arms as the
changed.
crew secures you.
That's
During your
pretty much
ride,
it for exit
please
host.
remain seated
Exit
with your
host
hands,
first
arms,
position
feet,
cut
and legs
if we need
inside the train at
to
all
cut a
times.
position.
With your head against the headrest
Save
and
for
hold on
static
until the ride comes to complete stop. Beware the toxic fury of Robotnik's Mega Mack.
So let's go down the stairs. Let's proceed to our entrance. See, it is a very large building to our left. This building here houses our queue, but more on that later. These are two entrance positions. Entrance 1 is over here on the left. Entrance 2 is over here on the right. This is easy queue. This is the regular line. At entrance, you are the first line of defense against loose articles, people who should not be riding the ride, and anything else that should not be entering the queue. Given that this is a Bulliger and Mabillard coaster with vest restraints, the height requirement is 52 inches. There is not a test seat here yet. It's a new ride. We haven't wheeled it out yet, but it's going to be right here. If you see a rather rotund-looking guest, or a taller guest, you should ask them to try it out. There is no specified maximum height, but the test seat is such that any tall person, their feet should not be touching the floor. Their feet are touching the floor, they are too tall to ride. The test seat will be propped up so that it's about the same height as an actual seat. As for loose articles, if it cannot fit in your pockets, it cannot enter this queue. It will need to be placed in any one of our over 7,000 lockers, which, by the way, are free for the first 4 hours, and then it's only $1 an hour after that. So there's really not an excuse that people can come up with to allow their own bags into the queue. Except for one, medical bags. Medical bags are bags of medical supplies, and they can be designated as such at guest services over by the front of Chicago Thrill Yards. A clearly marked medical bag can enter the queue and will be kept on the station platform and looked after by the exit host. So watch out for those. Stuffed animals of any kind, backpacks, souvenir cups, none of those can be allowed in. Fanny packs and purses smaller than a piece of paper can be allowed in. Hard casts are not allowed per B&M, that's their rule. Any soft wraps are allowed. If the person is wearing a brace, they must be able to take it off. And it can be looked after by the exit host as well. In the event that the exit host is cut, then entrance number 2 over here will be the person responsible for opening up the queues and checking trash cans occasionally. So, if you're by yourself up here, in the event that we only have one entrance up here, move yourself into the middle. Don't hesitate if you need to temporarily close off one line or the other if you need to, so that you can vet people more properly. Just don't be afraid to slow things down a little bit if people are coming at you in droves, chances are there's a huge line in there, so them getting through this part slower won't really make a huge difference. Entrance 1 over here will be scanning in easy queues. They'll have their own queue bot. So they'll be scanning it in, it'll tell them how many people and what their time is, and they'll let them in here. They'll also be in charge of alternate access. Lanyard days will be going straight up to the exit, so that you'll only need to deal with standard passes down here. So what you do is you have a stamp with you. You write your initials in the right box. You put the stamp on the left, which is unique to each ride, and then you put the time in the middle. The time from the current time should be equal to the wait time inside the queue, rounded to the nearest 15 minutes, with a minimum of 10 minutes, or with a minimum of 15 minutes rather. So they get the time from either entrance, mostly entrance 1, but it's whoever's here if there's only one person here. And then they go on their way and they wait for their time. As for limbs, the minimum is one arm with 3 fingers and 1 leg, and it has to be diagonal. It can't be right arm, right leg, left arm, left leg. It has to be right arm, left leg, or left arm, right leg. And there always has to be at least 1 arm. If a person needs to use the full body harness, management will take care of that. Just don't worry about it. And entrance number 2 will be the second position cut after we cut exit. If there's only one person down here, if there's no exit, then controls will occasionally call down to entrance to have entrance 1 start the rotation instead of exit. And it's a bump rotation, so you can't leave your spot until the person who's rotating to your spot gets there, unless you're exit, or you're entrance 1 in the case there is no exit. If there's only one person down here, in the event that we also have to cut an entrance, then we'll rotate off of brakes. That comes to the unfortunate reality that you might be stuck down here, but hey, you got pretty fire up here, and you got this awesome ride all around you. Don't let it distract you from your job. So now we'll go into the queue. This is our very, very large queue. So for easy queue, all the way back there is 60 minutes. Sometimes we'll get a line because we tend to be a little more generous with our time. Sometimes we get a little more of a line. And then about to this point is 30 minutes for easy queue. Only on the most crowded days will it get back there. As for our queue, down the stairs and back here is 15 minutes. Each of these little ones are 5 minutes, so 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 minutes through here. Each of these two here are 10 minutes, so 60, 70 minutes. Going through this part is another 15 minutes, so 85 minutes. These are 10 minutes each, so 95, 105 minutes. We got some 5-minute ones here, so 110, 115, 120 minutes. And back through here is another 5. Through here is another 5, so 130 minutes. Each of these switchbacks are 20 minutes. So 135, 155, 175. Down through here is another 30 minutes. So 205 minutes through this point. Each of these are 10 minutes, so 215, 225, 235, 245, and 5 minutes each. 250, 260, or 250, 255, 260, 265. Through here is another 5 minutes, so 270, 10 minutes each, 280, 290, 300, 310. And then each of these here is, wait a minute. Actually, 270 minutes, each of these are 15. So 380, 285, 300, and then these are through to 330. And then each of these are 45 minutes. Actually, add another 15 minutes because that one over there is 45 minutes too. Add another 5, I mean. So we're up through 335, and then this is another 90 minutes, so it's 425 minutes. A grand total of 7 hours, 5 minutes. And the order in which you will open these queues will be the order in which I have presented them to you. So this is your merge position. The merge position also scans in easy queue and controls the distribution of easy queue versus regular queue. So make sure you're always letting in an even number of easy queue and regular queue. You'll be in charge of opening queues if we cut both an exit and one entrance, as well as in that case you'll also be in charge of looking at the trash can, seeing if they need to be called into park services so they can be changed. So that's mainly what you do here. You're also the second line of defense against for rider requirements and loose articles. In the event you spot something that shouldn't be in the queue, send it out this way, but first give them an item ticket, which they'll take with them to go to the locker plaza and put their stuff away. And then if they present the item ticket to the entrance, they'll let them in through here, and then you let them back in here. Don't forget to collect the item ticket afterward. So if you follow me up the stairs, we're going to go up to the platform. Got one more non-safety position left, and that's crowd control.
During your ride, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times.
You are the last line of defense against loose articles.
Hold on until the ride comes to complete stop.
Of course, if you find something, send them back down. Your main responsibility is to assign rows.
As you journey,
make sure each train is as full as possible, which helps flying quicker. If the wait time is above 120 minutes, which most of the time it ends up being, then nobody is allowed to request a row. They must go to the row which you assign them. Be sure to let the singles know that they will be paired up. Do your best. Do the best you can to pair up singles. Can't fill every single seat, that's fine. Just don't leave large swaths of Chicago Thrill Yards.
Oncoming riders, please step quickly through the
People
gates.
Are cranky because they see all these empty seats.
Pull down the harness and fasten the safety belt.
Not as big of an issue
here. Raise your arms as the crew secures you.
You can see the train anyway.
During your ride, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and
that's
legs
really it for crowd.
Inside the train at all times.
Crowd is
with your
the
head
third
against
and
the
last
headrest,
position
and hold on until the ride
for staffing before it starts affecting brakes.
Beware the toxic fury of Robotnik's Mega Mack. As
there's
you
no crowd, then
through the chemical
so you know
plant
staffing
zone.
isn't that great. Just hang in there. They'll recover within a few minutes or so. Now it's time to start learning how to do the restraint checking positions. Before I show you that though, this right here is a pressure pad. This is your safe zone. If you stand on the pressure pad, it helps the ride go. If you don't stand on it, the train's not going to move.
Welcome
Unless,
back.
of course, it's
Please
like
unbuckle your seatbelt, lift up on the harness, and exit to your left. Enjoy the rest of your day at Chicago Thrill Yards. Oncoming riders, please step quickly through the gate. Take
when
your
you're
seat,
at
hold down
load
the harness,
1,
and fasten the safety
you
belt.
are in charge of these
Raise
two
your
rows right
arms
here.
as the crew secures you.
Rows 1 and 2.
During your ride, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet,
So,
and legs
if you need
inside
a
the train
seat
at all times.
unlocked for any
with your
reason,
head against the headrest,
such as
and
to
hold on
move,
until the ride can
say you've
complete
got
stop.
a large rider here,
Beware the
can't get the
toxic
belt,
fury
you
of
move-
Robotnik's
you move
Mega
back
Mack
to
as you journey at high speed through the chemical plant zone.
seats here, because they have a larger seat belt. Also same with row number 7. 2 and 7 is the larger belts in all 4 seats. You're going to hold up 2 numerical symbols with your hands. Make sure you are moving your arm sharply so that controls can differentiate between the symbols. So your first
Welcome back.
numerical symbol you're
Please
going to hold up with
unbuckle
your hand
seatbelt, lift
is
up
a
on the
1.
harness, and exit to your left.
And then the
Enjoy
second
rest
one
of your day at
is
Chicago
either going to
Thrill
be
Yards.
is going to be a 1
Oncoming
if you need
riders,
these 2
please
seats
step
unlocked,
quickly through the
a
gates.
2 if you
Take
need
your
these 2
seat,
seats
hold
unlocked,
down the harness, and
a
fasten the
3
safety belt.
if you need
Raise
these
your
2
arms
seats
as the
unlocked,
crew secures
or
you.
4 if you need
During your
these 2
ride,
seats unlocked.
please remain seated.
For an
with your
example
hands,
scenario,
arms,
let's
feet,
say
and
you have a
legs
large guest here.
inside the train at all
Can't
times.
get the belt.
With your head against the headrest and hold on
You have 2
until the
normal
ride
sized
can
people
complete
here.
stop.
I'm very sure they'd be more than
Beware
happy
the
to switch to
toxic
the front
fury
row
of
if given the
Robotnik's
opportunity.
Mega Mack as you journey at high
So,
speed through the chemical plant
You're going to hold
zone.
up 4 symbols. Arm nice and sharp. You're going to hold up a 1 and a 1, and then a 1 and a 3. So 1, 1, 1, 3. And then the controls will unlock those 4 seats. You can unlock seats 2 at a time. To check a B&M restraint, you push and pull on the bar and the seatbelt with a firm tug.
Welcome.
Firm motion of the elbow.
Please unbuckle your seatbelt, lift up on the harness.
Every
and
seat
exit
is
to
checked
your left.
regardless of whether there is
Enjoy
no
the
one in.
rest of your day at Chicago Thrill Yards.
In addition, every seat
Oncoming
must
riders,
go up
please step quickly through the
regardless
gates.
of whether or not there are
Take your
people waiting.
seat, hold down the harness, and fasten the safety belt. Raise your
This
arms
is called
as the crew
cycling. This ensures
secures
that
you.
people don't get stuck
During
in
your
these
ride,
trains.
please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet,
So,
and legs inside the train at all
You're
times.
going to go and check
with your
seats in
head
this
against
order.
the headrest
Check,
and hold on
check,
until the ride
check,
gets a complete
check.
stop.
Then come through here.
Beware
Check,
the toxic
check,
fury of
check,
Robotnik's
check.
Mega Mack as you journey at high speed through the
And then-
chemical plant zone.
You're going to not step on your pad until you're ready to get the train, because if you step on it too early, it's going to time out. It times out after 5 seconds unless everyone's stepping on their pad at once. And if that happens, the train's not going to move, and then everyone has to step off their pad and back on and cause delays. Everyone is going to hate you for a little bit, so don't be that person.
Welcome back. Please unbuckle your seatbelt, lift up on the harness,
As for a clear,
and exit to your left.
a low clear,
Enjoy the rest of your
you're
day
going to
at
throw
Chicago
a thumbs
Thrill
up
Yards.
about shoulder
Oncoming
height.
riders,
Straight
please
out.
step quickly through the gates.
Make
Take
sure
your seat,
that
hold
low
down the
2
harness,
can
and
see it.
fasten the safety belt.
Because they're
Raise
relying
your
on your
arms
clear
as the crew
before they can throw their
secures you.
clear.
During your ride, please remain seated
When
with your hands,
they
arms, feet,
throw out
and
their
legs
clear,
inside the train at all
which they will do
times.
so both
With
you
your head
and
against the
unload
headrest
one,
and hold
unload
on
2
until the
see it.
ride can
Then
complete
you will
stop.
step on your pad.
Beware
The
the
interval for
toxic
this
fury
ride
of Robotnik's Mega Mack
is
as you journey
the
at
zero
high
G roll.
speed through the chemical plant zone.
Optimally, this train will leave when that train reaches the 0G roll. So, next train, we're going to do a full walkthrough of the procedure, and then we'll advance to the next position. So let's wait for this train to go. while that is moving, when you're at crowd, if people ask you for a recommendation, the back is generally the most intense ride, with the middle
back. Please
being
unbuckle your seatbelt, lift up on the harness, and exit
Be
to
sure
your
to
left.
read yes
Enjoy
and
the
let them
rest
know
of your day
accordingly.
at Chicago Thrill Yards.
So we come through
Oncoming
here.
riders, please step quickly
are
through
open.
the gates. Take your seat, pull down the harness,
come
and
in.
fasten the safety belt.
Gates are
Raise
closed.
your arms as the
Restraints
crew
are locked.
secures you.
Check.
During your ride,
Check.
please
Check.
remain seated
Check.
with your hands, arms, feet, and legs
Check.
inside the
Check.
train at all times.
Check.
With
And
your head
check.
against the headrest and hold on until
Back
the
here.
ride comes to complete stop.
Scan here.
Beware the toxic fury
Scan
of
here, make sure
robotics
no one's in
Mega
the
Mack
ride area.
as you journey at high speed through
And
the
then
chemical plant
you
zone.
hold out your clear. And they're clear out, so go ahead and step on your pad. Keep holding your clear out until the trains have stopped moving. Also stay on your pad until the trains stop moving, because if you step off, guess what's going to happen? Everything's going to stop moving, you got to reset, step off, step back on, redo the whole clear thing, and then everyone's going to hate you for a little bit. So don't do that.
Welcome back. Please unbuckle your seatbelt, lift up on the harness, and exit to your left.
So that's it for load
Enjoy
1.
the rest of your day at Chicago
Now let's
Thrill
move on
Yards.
to load 2.
Oncoming riders, please step quickly through the gates. Take your seat,
You get
pull
to
down
push
the harness,
buttons
and
now.
fasten the safety
This
belt.
is our enable panel.
Raise your arms as the crew secures
It's got
you.
an Allen Bradley
During your ride,
800T
please
and
remain
305G
seated
mushroom
with your
button,
hands, arms,
which is
feet,
the
and legs
absolute
inside the train
supreme
at all
of all
times.
the buttons.
With your head against
And
the
you get to
headrest
work with
and
it.
hold on until the ride comes to complete stop.
Possibly for a whole year if you do well in
Beware
tryouts.
the toxic fury of robotics
Also
Mega Mack
can open the
as you
gates with
journey
your
at
sets of
high
manual
speed
by
through the
controls,
chemical plant zone.
and you close the gates every cycle. As for checking, you are in charge of the back 2 rows. Rows 7 and 8. 7 has the big seats. Your first symbol will be a 4. So for example, if you need to switch these 2 right here, you're going to hold up 4, 2,
Welcome back. Please unbuckle your seatbelt, lift up on the harness,
Yeah, you're
and
gonna hold up.
exit to your left.
4, 2,
Enjoy the
4,
rest of your day
4.
at Chicago Thrill Yards.
4
Oncoming
for
riders,
these 2,
please step quickly
2
through
for
the
here,
gates.
4
Take
for
your
these 2
seat,
again,
pull down the harness,
then
and
4
fasten the
for
safety
these 2
belt.
seats.
Raise your arms as the crew
When you check
secures
the
you.
seats, whoops,
Your
fell
ride,
through the floor.
please remain seated with your hands,
check it in this
arms,
order.
feet, and
Check,
legs
check,
inside the train at all
check,
times.
check,
With your head against the
we're in here.
headrest and hold on
Check,
until the ride
check,
comes to complete
check.
stop.
And check.
Beware the toxic fury of robotics
wondering
Mega
about
Mack
when you're gonna
as you
close the gates,
journey at
you're gonna
high
close the
speed
gates
through the chemical plant zone.
When control says, please step back, gates are closing, which should be approximately 5 to 10 seconds after loading has commenced. As for clears, you're going to wait for a low clear from load 1, and then you're going to throw out your own load clear for unload 2 while pushing your Allen Bradley
Welcome back.
800T
Please
and
unbuckle your
305G
seatbelt, lift up on the
button,
harness, and exit to
which
your
you will
left.
hold down
Enjoy the rest of
until
your day
the
at
trains have stopped
Chicago
moving at the
Thrill
station.
Yards. Oncoming
Because if you
riders,
let go
please
of it,
step quickly
same
through
thing
the
happens if you
gates.
step off
Take
the
your
pad.
seat,
Everyone's gonna
pull
hate you
down
for
the
a little
harness, and fasten the safety belt. Raise
But
your arms as the
unlike
crew
the pressure
secures you.
pads, these
During
buttons
your
do
ride,
not time out.
please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet,
So feel free
and legs
to
inside
push
the
it as
train
soon
at
as
all
you put the
times.
clear out.
With your head against the headrest and hold on until the ride comes to complete stop.
Unload 2 will be relying on your
Beware
clear,
the
so they
toxic
know
fury
when
of
to put up
robotics
their high
Mega
clear,
Mack as you
which I
journey
will
at
get
high
to
speed through
when
the
we work
chemical
on that
plant
position.
zone.
When you scan, you're going to scan the station, and then you're going to scan this area, make sure no one's over here, the transfer shed. And then make sure you're watching your train. So the next train I'm going to do a quick real-time run through, and then we'll move on to the next one. that right there is the restraint screen. That basically serves as a visual aid for everyone in the station to make sure all seats are locked. If the square is red, the seat needs to be cycled. If it's green, it's good. If it's blue, it needs to go down.
Please step quickly through the gates. Take your seat, pull down the harness, and fasten the safety belt.
Riders on the platform, gates are closing, stand clear.
During your ride, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times. With your head against the headrest, and hold on until the ride comes to complete stop.
And check.
Beware the toxic theory of Robotnik's Mega Mack as you journey at high speed through the chemical plant zone.
Scan down here. Wait for the low clear. So that's about how it goes.
Welcome back. Please unbuckle your seatbelt.
I'm going to do one more
and exit
because
to your left.
The order of clears might be
Enjoy the rest of your day at Chicago Thrill Yards.
So everyone starts entering.
Oncoming riders, please step quickly through the gates. Take your seat, pull down the harness, and fasten the safety belt.
Riders on the platform,
Raise your arms
gates are
as
closing,
the crew
stand
secures
clear.
you.
Close the gates.
During your ride, please remain
Restraints
seated
are
with
locked.
your hands,
Go ahead,
arms,
check,
feet,
check,
and legs
check,
inside
and
the train
check.
at all times. With your head against the headrest,
Check,
and hold on
check,
until the ride
check,
is
and
complete
check.
stop. Beware of the toxic theory.
Back here, to the right. You got a low clear over here. Press your button. Hold out the low clear over there. You may have to hold out your clear for a little while if you're here. All clear. And out it goes. So that's it for load 2, and now it's time for unload 2.
Please unbuckle your seatbelt, lift up on the harness, and exit to your
So
left.
let's go across the
Enjoy
platform.
the rest of your day at
Look at
Chicago
that.
Thrill Yards.
Unload 2.
Oncoming riders, please step
You get
quickly
another
through
pressure
the gates.
pad.
Take your seat, pull down the harness, and
So
fasten the
unload 2,
safety
you're
belt.
going to be responsible
Raise your
for
arms as the
5
crew
and
secures
6
you.
right over here.
During your ride, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs
Neither of these have the
inside
big
the train at all
seats,
times.
so
With
if
your
you
head
have
against
a
the
large
headrest,
guest who can't
and
quite get
hold
the
on
belt,
until the ride
you're going to
comes
have to
complete
coordinate
stop.
with
Beware the toxic
load
theory
1,
of
or load
Robotnik's
2, I
Mega
mean,
Mack as
so
you
that you can
journey
switch
at
the
high
seats
speed
here.
through the chemical plant zone.
So let's say you have a large guest in row 6. You're going to call load 2 over. You're going to hold up a 3 for your first symbol, and then for these seats, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in that case, you would hold a 1 and then a 3, and then the right hook, or a 3 and then the 3, and the right hook's behind. Would hold up a 4 and then a 1.
Welcome back. Please unbuckle your
then those seats can be
seatbelt, lift
unlocked.
up on the harness, and exit to your left. Enjoy the rest of your day
When
at
you check
Chicago
seats,
Thrill
it's
Yards.
going to be
Oncoming
in this
riders,
order.
please step
Check,
quickly through
check,
the gates.
check,
Take your
and
seat,
check.
pull down the harness,
around
and fasten
here.
the safety belt.
And then check,
Raise your arms as the
check,
crew secures you.
check, and check.
During your ride, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times. With your head
And
against
then
the headrest, and
when you
hold
scan,
on until
you're
the
gonna come
ride
up
comes
here,
to complete stop.
And you're going to scan in front of the control
Beware
panel.
the toxic theory of Robotnik's Mega Mack
Controls
as you
is
journey at high
mainly
speed
out here.
through
They're
the
not always
chemical plant
someone
zone.
here, so make sure no one's there. Make sure all the seats are green, and then scan back here. Make sure no one's in this area. As for order of clears, what usually happens with that is unload 2 is going to throw out their low clear. You're going to throw out your low clear and wait for a low clear from
Welcome back.
load 2.
Please unbuckle
Once
your
load 2
seatbelt,
throws out
lift
their
up
low
on the
clear,
harness, and
you're going to
exit
step
your
on your
left.
pad,
Enjoy
throw up
the
a
rest
high
of your
clear.
day at
So
Chicago
what
Thrill
controls needs
Yards.
to say, push the
Oncoming
button,
riders, please step quickly through
and
the
that's how
gates.
it's done.
Take your seat, pull down the harness, and fasten the safety
Right.
belt. Raise your
The
arms
next
as the
train,
crew
we're going to
secures
do
you.
a quick run through.
During your ride, please remain seated.
In real
with your
time.
Hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train
Like
at
you
all
guys know
times.
what to do.
With your head against the headrest and hold on until the ride comes to complete stop.
Interval one more time.
Beware the toxic theory of Robotnik's Mega Mack as you journey at high speed through the chemical plant zone.
It's a really cool ride, I gotta say. At first I hated working on this, but I've grown to love this thing, and it's one of my crowning achievements in terms of coasters. Alright, out they go.
Welcome back. Please unbuckle your seatbelt, lift up on the harness, and exit to your left. Enjoy the rest of your day at Chicago Thrill Yards.
Alright, go ahead and go out here.
Oncoming riders, please step quickly through the gates. Take your seat,
Everyone's coming in
pull
through the
down the
gates.
harness, and fasten the safety belt.
Riders on the
Raise your
platform
arms
gates
as
are
the crew
closing.
secures you.
Restraints
During your
are
ride,
locked.
Please
Check.
remain seated
Check.
with your hands,
Check.
arms, feet,
Check.
and legs inside the train at all times.
Check.
With your head
Check.
against the headrest
Check.
and hold
Check.
on until the ride comes to complete
Go
stop.
ahead over here. Scan in the
Beware
front.
the
Make sure
toxic
all
theory of
the
Robotnik's
monitor
Mega Mack as you journey at
Scan
high
back
speed
here.
through the chemical plant zone.
goes there. You got a low clear from there. You're on a low clear here. Don't step in your pad yet. Got a low clear from enable. Step in your pad, high clear. All clear. And that's how it's done. Gonna do one more.
Welcome back.
Show you how things should
Please
go.
unbuckle your seatbelt, lift up on the harness,
And then we're gonna
and
move
exit
on.
to your left. Enjoy the rest of your day at Chicago Thrill Yards. Oncoming
Here.
riders, please step
people
quickly
enter the
through
ride
the
area.
gates. Take your seat, pull down the harness, and fasten the safety belt. Raise your arms as the crew secures you.
Alright,
During your
restraints are
ride,
locked.
please
Check.
remain seated
Check.
with your
Check.
hands, arms,
Check.
feet, and legs inside the train at
Check.
all times.
Check.
With your head
Check.
against the
Check.
headrest and hold on until the ride comes.
Scan over here in front of the control
Complete
panel.
stop.
Scan back here.
Beware the
Over
toxic theory of
Low
Robotnik's
clear
Mega
from
Mack
unload
as you journey
one.
at high speed through
Run
the
a low
chemical
clear here.
plant zone.
Get a low clear from enable. And then come back, step in your pad, and high clear. All clear. Very fast pacing.
Welcome back. Please unbuckle your seatbelt, lift up on the harness, and exit to your left.
Alright, so now it's time
Enjoy
to
the
move on
rest
to
of
our
your
last
day at
restraint
Chicago
checking
Thrill
position.
Yards.
Unload
Oncoming riders,
one.
please step quickly through the gates. Take your seat, pull
If
down the
there's no
harness,
exit
and
host,
fasten the
then
safety belt.
unload one
Raise your arms
is
as
in
the crew
charge
secures
of
you.
alternate access, so
During your
sometimes
ride,
you need to
please remain seated
multitask.
with your
I
hands,
recommend
arms, feet, and
personally
legs inside the train at all times.
is
with your head against the headrest and hold on until the ride
Checking
comes to complete stop.
is grabbing the pads off of them when you
Beware
check
the
the
toxic
gate
theory of Robotnik's Mega Mack as
and
you journey
writing
at
down
high
everything
speed
while the
through
train's
the
moving.
chemical
Make sure
plant
you're
zone.
always keeping an eye on the train though, making sure nothing's happening. That goes for both plan your day and regular. If you got that, if you've got any of those, go ahead and signal the controls to set the exit gate to mid to hold the gates over here.
Welcome back. Please
So that'd be
unbuckle
the
your
answer.
seatbelt, lift up on the harness, and exit to your left. Enjoy the rest of your day at Chicago Thrill
So
Yards.
when you're at
Oncoming
unload one,
riders,
you're in charge
please
of rows
step
3 and
quickly
4.
through the gates.
Neither
Take
of
your
whom
seat,
have
pull down
big
the harness,
seats, so
and
you'll have to
fasten the
coordinate
safety belt. Raise
with
your arms as the
load
crew
1
secures you.
if you have a larger
During
guest
your
who needs
ride,
to switch seats.
please remain seated with your hands, arms,
So the first
feet,
symbol
and
you're going to
legs
hold out is
inside the
A2,
train at all
and
times.
then
with
the
your
second
head
symbol
against
is
the
going to be
headrest, and hold on until the
1,
ride comes to
2,
complete
3,
stop.
or 4.
Beware the toxic theory of
Don't forget to
Robotnik's
coordinate
Mega
with load
Mack
1
as
if
you
you need to
journey at high
reposition
speed
the
through
large
the
gas.
chemical plant zone.
When you check the seats, you're going to come through this way and check in this order. Check, 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 here, check, 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 and check. And then you're going to come over here. You're going to push-pull the gate. When you're scanning, you also scan in this direction, make sure no one's where they shouldn't be, and then scan back here to make sure no one's in this area.
Welcome back.
And then you're going to throw out your low clear,
lift up on the harness, and exit
and then you're not going to step on your pad until unload
oncoming riders. Please step quickly through the gates. Take your seat, pull down the harness, and fasten the safety belt. Raise your arms as the crew secures you.
The next train, I will
please
show you
remain
in real
seated
time
with your
how
hands,
it's done.
arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all
It
times.
should be noted that
With your
on
head
slow
against the
winter
headrest
days,
and
like
hold on
days
until the
in,
ride
say,
comes to
January,
complete stop.
February,
Beware the toxic
which is when we
fury
actually
of Robotnik's Mega
get
Mack
low
as
crowds.
you journey at high speed through the chemical plant zone.
and we may even go down to 2 trains, we'll end up cutting 2 restraint checking positions as well. We'll end up cutting load 1 and unload 1. In that case, we can bypass these 2 pads, and then unload 1 will throw out their clear, and then load 2 will throw out their clear, and unload 2 will simply throw out their high clear in that case. But I doubt for a few years that we're actually going to get to the point where
Welcome back.
it's slow
Please
enough that we
unbuckle your
can do that.
seatbelt, lift
But
up
that
on
is
the
a thing
harness,
that can
and
happen,
exit to
so...
your left.
Alright,
Enjoy
real
the rest
time.
of your day at
So
Chicago
here,
Thrill Yards.
everyone's coming
Oncoming
in.
riders, please step quickly through the gates. Take your seat, pull down
Riders
the harness,
on the
and fasten the
platform,
safety
gates
belt.
are closing.
Raise your
Please
arms
stand
as the
clear.
crew secures you.
Restraints
During your
are
ride,
locked.
Please
Check,
remain seated
check,
with
check,
your hands,
and check.
arms, feet, and legs inside the train
Check,
at all times.
check,
with your head
check,
against the
and
headrest,
check.
and hold on until the ride comes to complete
Check
stop.
the gate.
Beware the
Scan here.
toxic fury of
Scan back
Robotnik's
here.
Mega Mack as you journey at high speed through the chemical plant zone.
And then throw out your low clear. Alright, they've got their high clear, so step on your pad. Everyone's on their pads at once, so they don't time out. All clear. I'm gonna go ahead and do that one more time.
Welcome back. Please unbuckle your seatbelt, lift up on the harness, and exit to your left. Enjoy the rest of your day at Chicago Thrill Yards.
Alright, everyone's
Oncoming
coming
riders,
in.
please step quickly through the gates. Take your seat, pull down the harness, and fasten the
Riders
safety
on the
belt.
platform gates
Raise
are
your
now
arms
closing.
as the crew
Please stand
secures
clear.
you. During your ride, please
Trains are
remain
locked.
seated
Check,
with your hands,
check,
arms,
check,
feet, and legs
check.
inside the train at all times.
Clear,
With your
check,
head against the headrest
check,
and hold
check,
on until the
and
ride
check.
comes to complete stop.
Push pull the
Beware
gate.
the toxic fury of Robotnik's Mega Mack as you journey at high speed
And
through the chemical plant zone.
Scan. By the way, you don't need to say scan. Just do the scan yourself, and when you're ready, throw out your low clear. Right? Throw out your high clear. Keep your low clear up. Step on your pad, and you're all good. Every hour, when you're at crowd, or if crowd's cut, one of the
back.
lows will go get it.
Please unbuckle your seatbelt,
You get what's
lift up
called
on the harness, and exit
You get
to
the
your
operational
left.
numbers,
Enjoy the
which
rest
is
of
the
your
count
day
of how
at
many people
Chicago
came through
Thrill
the
Yards.
turnstile.
Oncoming riders, please step quickly through the gates. Take your seat, pull down the
Actually,
harness, and
that's how
fasten
we
the
used to
safety
do it.
belt.
One thing I
Raise
forgot
your
is
arms
new for
as the
this
crew
year,
secures you.
all turnstiles and
During
all
your
rides
ride,
at Chicago
please
Thrill
remain
Yards
seated
have a
with your
direct readout
hands,
to the control
arms,
panel.
feet, and legs inside the train at all
Every
times.
hour,
with your head
control
against the
move.
headrest and hold
Person
on
that
until the
controls
ride
will go
comes to
get that
complete
number.
stop.
Oh, speaking of which,
Beware
Yay,
the toxic
control
fury of
time.
Robotnik's Mega Mack as
This
you
is
journey at
our
high
panel.
speed through
It
the
is
chemical
very, very
plant zone.
beautiful because it is a consign panel with not one, but 2 little sapphire buttons, which are also really nice, and not one, but 2 800T and 305G Allen Bradley mushroom buttons. So basically, to dispatch,
Welcome back. Please unbuckle your seatbelt, lift
high
up on the
clear
harness, and exit
just put
to
your weight
left.
on them. They're not going to break.
Enjoy the rest of your day at Chicago Thrill
And keep
Yards.
it there until
Oncoming
the train
riders,
won't stop
please
moving.
step quickly through the gates.
Because
Take your
when
seat,
you're at controls,
pull down the harness, and fasten the
out
safety
of all
belt.
the positions
Raise your
where you
arms
want
as the
people
crew secures
not to
you.
hate you a little bit,
During your
this is
ride,
the one where you
please
want
remain
people not to
seated
hate you a little
with
bit
your
most.
hands, arms, feet, and legs inside
Because
the train
then
at
you
all
look like a fool in
times.
front of a
With your
constable.
head against the headrest and hold on
When you're
until
scanning,
the ride comes to complete
when you're at
stop.
controls, you constantly need to be
Beware
scanning
the
the right area.
toxic
You scanning
theory
your camera
of
here,
Robotnik's Mega Mack as you journey at high speed through the chemical
and here,
plant
make
zone.
sure there's no errors popping up. You scanning the right area too, and out this way to make sure there's no one over here. For the buttons themselves, push to talk controls your microphone. The acknowledge is basically where you acknowledge any errors that pop up on the screen. The exit gates controls the
Welcome back.
locking and
Please
unlocking of
unbuckle
the
your
next gates
seatbelt,
toggle.
lift up on the harness,
So
and
if it's
exit to
locked,
your
you'll
left.
unlock it. And if
Enjoy
it's
the
unlocked,
rest of
you'll
your
lock
day
it.
at Chicago
The
Thrill
gates
Yards.
controls the gate mode
Oncoming riders, please step quickly through the gates.
of
Take your
the
seat, pull
gates.
down the harness, and fasten the safety
Sounds
belt.
like rambling. It
Raise your
controls
arms
the
as the
opening
crew
and
secures
closing
you.
mode of the
During your
entrance
ride,
gates.
please remain seated
Manual
with your
or
hands,
auto.
arms, feet,
They
and
indicate
legs
to you
inside
that
the
they
train
need
at
the
all
gates
times.
in auto
With your head against
or
the
in
headrest
manual,
and
then
hold
you
on
simply
until the
press that
ride
button,
comes to complete stop.
and the gates reset to manual.
Beware the toxic theory of Robotnik's Mega Mack as
This is
you
your
journey
screen.
at high
You
speed
want to
through
use
the
it,
chemical
you
plant
use the
zone.
HMI enable button. You hold down this button with one hand, and then you use this screen with the other, no matter what you're doing. This, you hope you don't have to press. This is what you use before you go into low zone to look for stuff that people were too daft to put in the lockers or to keep in a cargo pocket or waist bag. This resets that.
Welcome back.
This and
Please
this
unbuckle
control the
your
ride.
seatbelt, lift
This
up on the
works in
harness,
tandem with the
and
button over
exit to
there.
your left.
If
Enjoy
you need
the
to start
rest
the
of your
lift,
day at Chicago
someone will
Thrill
go out to the
Yards.
lift and press the button
Oncoming
over there,
riders,
throw you a
please
low
step
clear.
quickly through the
And you press
gates.
it at the same
Take your
time, you'll
seat,
hear a
pull
startup
down the harness, and
alarm,
fasten the
and then it'll
safety
start
belt.
up.
Raise your arms as the crew secures you. During
These
your
control
ride,
the lift,
please
so
remain
yeah, these
seated
control the
with your
lift.
hands, arms,
Reasons
feet,
for
and
lift stopping.
legs
You hear a
inside
weird
the train at all
noise,
times.
and then you see
With
your
your
train
head
suddenly not
against the
moving.
headrest and hold on
Or,
until the ride
most of
comes
all,
to
if you
complete
see a
stop.
phone, that's why you need to be looking.
Beware the toxic theory
Here,
of Robotnik's
here,
Mega
and
Mack
here
as you
when the
journey
train's
at high
moving.
speed through the chemical plant
Make sure
zone.
no one's got a phone, because then you gotta send someone up to go get it, and then everyone's gonna hate that person for a little bit. So on the next train, I'm gonna have you sit in this chair, this beautiful, comfy-looking chair, and send a couple trains. I'll explain a few more things to you. One thing that's a first for Consign for this year
Welcome back.
is
Please
it got a
unbuckle your
nice
seatbelt,
Sonic Mania
lift up on the
overlay.
harness, and exit to your left.
Yes, Chemical
Enjoy
Plant
the
Zone,
rest of your day at
which is
Chicago
right in space,
Thrill Yards.
is
Oncoming
in
riders,
Sonic
please
Mania.
step quickly through the gates. Take your seat.
You're
pull
gonna
down the
use this
harness,
button to
and
lock the
fasten
restraints
safety belt.
once the gates
Raise
are
your
closed.
arms as the crew
Riders of the
secures
platform
you.
gates are closing.
During your ride, please
gates are
remain
closed. Now
seated
press
with your
this.
hands, arms,
Restraints are
feet,
locked.
and legs inside the train
Always
at
be
all
watching,
times.
make sure
With
people
your
don't
head against the headrest and
the
hold on
restraints
until the ride
unlocked.
comes to complete stop.
for any reason.
Beware the toxic theory of Robotnik's Mega Mack as you journey at high speed through the chemical plant zone.
Constantly watching. It's the high clear, so you say, so you press, so you say, all clear. And then keep holding both your buttons until train comes in.
Welcome back. Please unbuckle your seatbelt, lift up on the harness, and exit to your left. Enjoy the rest of your day at Chicago Thrill Yards.
So one more train.
Oncoming riders, please step quickly through the gates.
Everyone's
Take your
in.
seat, pull down the harness, and fasten the safety belt.
Riders on the platform
Raise
gates
your
are
arms
closing.
as the crew secures you. During your ride, please remain seated
Press
with your
restraints.
hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train
checking.
at all times, with your head against the headrest, and hold on until the ride comes to complete stop. Beware the toxic fury of
You're gonna have to-
robotics Mega Mack.
if you want to
as you
release
journey
it,
at high speed through
the whole
chemical
train, you gotta
plant
press
zone.
this. This only locks them. Well, this unlocks them, but you have to highlight this first. All clear. And that's pretty much it for controls. I just gotta explain a couple more things on the panel, and then we can
Welcome
wrap up.
back. Please unbuckle your seatbelt, lift up on the harness, and exit to your left. Enjoy the rest of your day at Chicago Thrill Yards. Oncoming riders, please step quickly
Step out
through
of
the
the
gate.
chair and not
Take your
through the
seat,
floor.
pull down the harness, and
So a
fasten the
couple more
safety
things I need to
belt.
explain.
Raise your arms
In
as
order
the
to lock
crew
seats,
secures
you
you.
still have to press restraints.
During your ride,
Just highlight
please
the ones you
remain
want to
seated with
unlock.
your hands, arms, feet,
And
and
say in a
legs
control
inside
panel,
the train at all times.
say
with
you're
your head
unlocking
against the headrest and hold on until the
these
ride comes to
guys
complete
in order
stop.
to switch a large rider.
Beware
say
the toxic fury of Robotnik's Mega Mack as you journey
Row
at high
6
speed
seats
through
1
the
and
chemical
2
plant
have been
zone.
unlocked. Row 7 seats 1 and 2 have been unlocked. And then they'll still be highlighted, except this time in red. And then you press restraints again. And then the highlight will go away because they'll be locked. And then you say row 6 and 7 seats 1 and 2 have been locked. Ride host, please recheck.
Welcome back. Please unbuckle your seatbelt, lift up on the
And
harness,
you're going to do that every
and
time
exit to
you
your
unlock
left.
individual
Enjoy the
seats.
rest of your day at Chicago Thrill Yards.
If anyone's pad
Oncoming
time's
riders,
out,
please step
it'll
quickly through the
indicate
gates.
here.
Take your seat, pull down the
If it
harness,
does,
and fasten the safety belt.
say
Raise your arms
reset
as the crew
over the mic.
secures you.
Everyone steps off their
During your
pad.
ride, please
And then you
remain
say,
seated with your hands, arms,
ready.
feet, and
Everyone
legs
steps back
inside
on.
the train at all times, with your
We
head
do our
against the
clears,
headrest, and
then you
hold
say,
on
all
until the
clear,
ride
dispatch
comes to
train.
complete stop.
For the winter,
Beware
when
the
we
toxic
cut
fury of
plastic,
Robotnik's
we'll
Mega
cut
Mack
restraint
as you
check
journey at
positions.
high speed through the chemical
You
plant
highlight
zone.
this, and then you highlight this. You tap it twice. First, we'll highlight it in yellow to make sure you choose the right pad. And then the second time, we'll highlight it in gray, noting that the pad has been bypassed. If you want to undo it, simply highlight this again, and then press the pad again. The highlight will go away, and the pad will no longer be bypassed.
Welcome
This tells
back.
you everything
Please
you need
unbuckle
to
your
know
seatbelt,
about
lift
which
up on the
train,
harness, and
how
exit
long
to
it's
your
parked in
left.
there, time and
Enjoy the
temperature,
rest of your day at
and the
Chicago
winds.
Thrill
If
Yards.
the temperature goes below
Oncoming
negative
riders,
10,
please step
or if the
quickly
wind
through the
goes
gates.
above
Take your seat,
45
pull down the
miles
harness,
per hour
and fasten the
measured at
safety
the
belt.
top
Raise your
of the
arms as the
lift.
crew secures you.
Around here, there should be a weather
During your
vane
ride, please remain seated
that's
with
measuring
your
that.
hands,
Then the
arms,
ride
feet, and
will
legs
throw an
inside
error,
the train at all
at which
times.
time we
with
go
your
down.
head against the
Or-
headrest and hold on until the ride comes to complete stop. Beware the toxic
Highway.
fury of Robotnik's Mega Mack as you journey at high speed through the chemical plant
Rain
zone.
and storm situations, we usually await calls from ride supervisors before we go down completely. Mega Mack can run 3 trains up to medium rain, 2 trains up to heavy rain, and 1 train and everything else.
Please unbuckle your seatbelt, lift up on the harness, and exit to your left. Enjoy
In
the
terms of
rest
lightning,
your day at Chicago Thrill Yards.
You'll get a call.
Oncoming
And the
riders,
general rule of
please
thumb
step quickly
is
through
30
the
minutes
gates.
after the storm
Take your
passes.
seat, pull down the harness,
And
and
here in
fasten
Chicago,
the
that
safety
might be
belt. Raise your arms as the crew secures you.
Midwestern weather.
During your ride, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times.
Alright, folks, that's about all you need to know about working as a ride-up for Mega Mack. This is a truly, truly awesome ride. And if you really want this ride, do great in the tryout so that you can end up on this cube for a full year. Any spot, instead of the usual $12 an hour, any spot in a power ops crew will net you $15 an hour instead, so make sure you do well so you can get that extra pay and the glory of working on this truly fantastic machine. Let's go out here. I don't feel like walking all the way through. So that's it. Sentinel Parks signing out from Chicago Thrill Yards and Mega Mack. Good luck, everyone, in your tryout, and I look forward to seeing who all is going to make the crew this year.